The spin machine for Captain America Brave New World is in full effect right now, trying to make you believe that this movie is this overwhelming success. But the reality of the situation is it's going to lose money. It's underperforming, and it doesn't matter how much spin the dying mainstream media tries to give it. The people see right through all of this nonsense. And while we can go over to Rotten Tomatoes, and we will, we can go somewhere a little bit better, and that would be Criticless. Criticless has an audience score of 37% right now at the time of me recording this. And those are real fans. Those are actual scores that you can get. People that have seen it, people that are not shills, people that are not paid or anything, manipulation with the audience score. That is the straight truth right there over on Criticless. We reported on this a little bit earlier today that it's at a 37%. But if you want the full picture, we obviously will note that Rotten Tomatoes, even though the critics who clearly don't like black people gave it a 51%, the audience is now up to an 80% over on Rotten Tomatoes. So that has to be noted. Now, let me remind you that this is the same Rotten Tomatoes that literally never moved that score from 86% on The Rise of Skywalker. Does anyone watching this video believe that The Rise of Skywalker has an 86% audience score? Really? Because in my humble opinion, The Rise of Skywalker was the single worst movie in that trilogy, and that says a lot because we're dealing with a very, very low bar. I think it's the worst Disney Star Wars movie. It is a bad, bad movie. Now, if we go over to Criticless, you can see there a 10% audience score from The Rise of Skywalker. Not very good. So a little bit of discrepancy there for sure, but I would advise you download the app. Go over to the website. They're on Apple and Android. And, of course, you can find me. I just dropped my Cobra Kai review over here. Right there. My Cobra Kai review, 95% for Cobra Kai, which I put right here. And Cobra Kai is fantastic. So I think you'll enjoy it. You can comment. There's little communities over there. It's great. But let's look at the spin machine going on right here. Captain America Brave New World Saturday box office now overperforming with $100 million possible. Saturday morning update. It's exactly as I said below, as estimates are now higher, offering Captain America Brave New World has a chance at $100 million opening. As I told you, Deadline now has an article on how the flick could bring in $100 million plus in 4 days and said, here's Brave New World boldly overperforming to a degree. Don't fall for the spin. Laughably, Deadline is also now comparing Brave New World's box office to 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy, which came out 11 years ago. As Deadline has been doing with Captain America the Winter Soldier, the site is essentially tricking you into thinking Brave New World is outperforming those two films, creating a sense of fear of missing out to get you to run to the theaters to see it. However, when inflation is factored in, there is really no comparison. Guardians of the Galaxy's first Friday opened at over $50 million in today's dollars, and it opened to a three-day $126 million. As I said below, Captain America Brave New World is underperforming compared to estimates, yada, yada, yada. So Deadline is just continuing to spin and twist this because this is what the mainstream media does. 2 years ago saw Quantumania open during the same weekend. Its first Friday brought in $46 million. The good news, at least, is that Brave New World is now trailing Quantumania by around 15%. So it seems to have made up some ground on Friday. Interestingly, the 3-day estimates went up, but the 4-day went down. Deadline could be estimating a lower number than actuals in order to get a headline that Brave New World overperforms, so be on the lookout for that. As it seems to have made up ground on Friday, maybe things will continue. Brave New World will get a bump on Saturday into the long weekend. Could $100 million be possible? Word of mouth is out, and it seems as fans will be going to watch to check things out for themselves. Mixed reactions, but lean towards the negative side. Don't go in expecting much. Enjoy the popcorn, and you should be okay. That's the latest on Captain America Brave New World. As I said, I was thinking about going to see this movie, but I decided against it because I just don't care about Marvel, and I instead stayed home and watched Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3, and it was well worth it. A perfect ending to a wonderful, wonderful series. Yes, the series has its ups and downs and cheesy moments, but a perfect ending, and I'm glad that I decided to not go see another garbage Marvel film in favor of seeing Cobra Kai Season 6. So what do you guys think? Are you more in line with what the fans over on Criticless are saying, or are you more in line with what the fans on Rotten Tomatoes are saying, whether that be for Brave New World or The Rise of Skywalker? Do you agree with the 86% from Rise of Skywalker? Or would you be more in line with the 10% over, well, I don't have that page pulled up, the 10% for The Rise of Skywalker over here on Criticless? There it is right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.